Two teams sitting above 500 in the early season, but only one will stay that way as we're off in week 4. Starting from the 5. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. He'll cobble together a yard there. That's Harrison Phillips there for the stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Forced out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting to completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Buys time, rolling right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Cook trying this one up the gut. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Justin Reed with the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Here we go.
Mitchell on the give, headed left. Breaks the tackle, still going. And a solid gain there, gets him across the 45 before he goes out. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down could be so demoralizing to that defense.
Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. First down, and they go right back to him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Escapes out to the left. He can run it. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
3rd and 4 coming up now. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Escapes the pocket. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
You know, it looked like things fell apart a little bit as he left the pocket, just not on the same page with his targets as they adjusted their routes. And that's really what led to the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
Let's go. Buffalo 18. 70 range. 70 range. Ready.
Trying to throw for it with Richardson. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, sit on the bench to get their breath. And now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts finish up an excellent opening series. Gay with the point after. And the Colts will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's brought down after a short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. And it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Terrific zone coverage. Wallpaper sideline to sideline. QB's got 2 options. Wait for a hole to open or tuck it to run. He chose the former, but the pass rush showed up before any throwing lane did.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. They kick the running back in motion. 3rd and long for him here. Hits his running back. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
McCarthy to throw for it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kenny Moore with the pick.
McCarthy's pass intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Off the play fake. Here's Richardson. Catch made by Mitchell. All the way. Touchdown, Indy! The Colts pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's an Adnan Mitchell touchdown. Extra point converted by Gay. And the Colts drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
First and 10, here's McCarthy. He's on the move. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be second down.
I think more than ever, QBs today are so good at doing this, Kate, buying himself enough time and actually finding a target downfield. Just this time, he couldn't quite make that connection.
Wright reels it in. And they make this stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws. Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Back to the air, McCarthy. And he's touched as they pick up that first down on 4th.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Vikings.
Shakir in motion right. First carry here for Aaron Jones. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Well, half the hay is in the barn when you get 5 on first down, and now they're in such a good spot where you can attack those other 5 yards in any way you want.
From the 29. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Here's an option play right side. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings lower the deficit to a single possession. J.J. McCarthy, the touchdown. York tacks on that extra point. And the Vikings chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. His return starts at the 5. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. This, our last play of the quarter. Straight ahead, here's Cook. Juke the defender. And they'll bring him down to put an end to this opening quarter. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one. Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times, they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
Richardson on 3rd. Chased out to his right. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. The Colts ready for the punt. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now it's McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again following the sack. Shakir with the grab.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
McCarthy throwing on 4th down. Has it downfield, working the left. Into the red zone. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. You're good on the point after. And the Vikings tie things up at 14. Now is York to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31. Play action with Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Defense, relentless on that play. As some of them closed in on that pocket, the others took away the easy throwing lanes, and they really influenced that incomplete pass.
He's got it on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way. And Minnesota returns this to the end zone. Touchdown. The Vikings capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. York tacks on that extra point. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll try the right side with Cook. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down. Throwing now, off play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Working quickly here. Another try following the sack. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions you get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. And a surprising fourth down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
You go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
Got it. Ready?
First and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Ready?
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Working inside the red zone. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Indy. The Vikings in possession. Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. He has it at the 5. Touchdown, Minnesota. York now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings double their lead to 14. On now is York to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Set. 79 Broncos. Ready?
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Finds his man, Downs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
He's got this complete to James Cook. And he's tackled for a short gain. Here's Cook. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Here we go. Set.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Now Richardson on 4th down. On target to Downs. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's your...
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Colts make it a one-score game before halftime. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. Now the Colts leaving the offense out there. They're going to try for 2. They'll try to run it in. And he reaches the end zone, so the 2-point conversion will cut the lead down to 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. McCarthy operating from the pistol. And he'll be touchdown after a big play. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Let's go now.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Throwing the out route complete. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Hutchinson reels it in. And he's out a yard or 2 shy of the 15. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings bump the lead up to 13 points. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Fields the hard squib kick. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Rank gets it, headed right. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there, and it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Here's McCarthy to throw. That's intercepted near the sideline. And the Colts are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
And the Vikings rush brings him down. Offense in the hurry up here.
19 Tiger, 19
It's a
Tiger.
10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 42-yard line.
Let go.
Trying again following the sack. It is Cup left side. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Go.
They'll run it with Cook. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him.
Down right at the line of scrimmage.
Head to
No
60,
gain on
head
the
to
play.
60.
It's
Back
fourth
at 60.
down.
Go.
Trying to throw for it with Richardson. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
A 50% hit rate on 4th down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate, and that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
18 ready, 18 ready.
First and 10, here's McCarthy. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
I love all the info. I love all the next-level stats that we get to peer at every week, Kate. But you know what I do think about at times? I think about the Gale Sayers and the Walter Paytons and the Jerry Rices. Can you imagine how much yards after catch, how many missed tackles the greats of this game created? It'd be fun to see the data from those days.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Wright reels it in. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Back to the air, McCarthy. Has it in close. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings push the lead to 20. On now is York to kick this one away. Returnable from the 2. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the...
These guys are flying down the field. Reminds me of the guys in Braveheart. But different than Braveheart, these guys got 2 things on their mind. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, try to separate the ball if they can. It's rare that it happens, but boy, is it big when it does.
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Finds a seam down the middle. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings trying to end this before the final quarter. You're good on the point after. And the Vikings grow their lead yet again.
49, Colts 22. Cade York to kick off.
Now is York to kick this one away. Pierce now on the return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Ready!
Now it's Cook. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
Going to the ground again on 1st. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. TJ Wanham gets there to haul him down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Here we go! Roll! Check go!
Another one for Cook. Past midfield to the 45. And finally down right along that opposing 40. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Play action with Richardson. Buying some time right. Finds him on the crossing route. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
That catch right there ended up paying off one of the longest routes he's...
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Here we go, Shaq.
To throw, Richardson. Completed over the middle. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him and play an add-on with those yards.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Again, it's Cook. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him 4 yards on the carry. Gets him some yards back, but still 3rd and 9 upcoming. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And this one does not go far.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs, just as they did.
On the move, headed right. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And he's out in the clear. The 40. Hits the 20. And he Second time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this pick six.
You know, I point this out to you every defensive meeting room we're in, Kate, when we sit down in these production meetings, and you can see their boards, right? These defenses keep track, and they know if they get a score defensively, their odds of winning through the roof. You get two, it's almost a certainty.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Has this at the 6.
Anthony